Hello there, Guardians, Ghosts, and Gamers! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hate that intro. No, don't ever do that intro. Welcome back, Guardians, Ghosts, and Gamers. This is Hako, your artist poet, here on PlayStation 4 with the Destiny 2. And yes, I am having a very satisfying morning. I never was too big a fan of the Tangled Shore, but after, I don't know, after they took away a bunch of my other favorite spots, I found out that for the variety of the enemies and the consistency of enemies, Nessus and the Tangled Shore have pretty much become my two favorite hunting grounds. The EDZ and the Cosmodrome, they're fun, but if I want like a truly casual, laid-back, I'm just kind of farting around, waiting for other things to come together, like a fire team, so that we can do shit, then that's where I'll go and I'll hang out, you know, from time to time. But yeah, I'm having a good time here. Found out yesterday evening when I went into Crucible that they have disabled the Radiant Dance Machines in PvP. You can use them in Gambit, even though Gambit is technically classified as a PvP event for purposes of being restricted and banned. You can still use the dance machines in Gambit, but they don't seem to be as effective. But yeah, dance machines are still usable in Nightfalls, they're still usable in Strikes, and obviously in Patrols. But if you try to take them into Crucible of any kind, they are disabled. Which I think is kind of ridiculous, because if I'm going to sacrifice slots to capitalize on their effect, then, you know, that should be the thing I do. And it's not like I haven't been shot out of my super. You know, it doesn't matter what super I use. Even the Middle Tree Night Stalker, I have a tendency to, you know, get destroyed. I get one, maybe two kills off of a running super like that, and then it's just annihilation. So I guess maybe once they figure out, you know, once they start filtering out all the guys who are using aimbots and wall hacks, aka versus Blade Barrage and Golden Gun, then I think probably they will go ahead and re-enable the dance machines. But I think, you know, I think that's a pretty cool concept in itself. The build itself is pretty fun. I did play through it a few times on some Nightfalls. It was very helpful for the fire team to generate a shit ton of orbs with Tether, which is the Hunter's highest grossing orb generator. I didn't try Middle Tree Night Stalker yet, but I'm planning on trying that sometime later today. But, yeah, so how do I feel satisfied with Destiny? I don't know, it's just, you know, the gunplay seems to be doing pretty good, and the connection's been pretty okay. I mean, I've had a few suspicious disconnects during competitive modes like Gambit, and where it's like we all got bumped to orbit and the enemy team defaulted. I've always felt that if an opponent team, or if a team gets bumped to orbit, or they QQ, you know, they throw themselves off, you know, of a ledge or something like that, that the match shouldn't be a draw, that it shouldn't give them a win. And that's just, you know, my own little silly opinion here, of course, but you know, I think that would be something that you should do, because I think that, you know, having people who are not the most up and up of players dossing an opponent team just to get an easy win, that's kind of really just, yeah, very, very weak. But I'm not going to get too much into that. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy ourselves with a little bit of shooting. Yay. Blowing off the faces of enemy aliens. So, yeah. How about the Shattered Forest? Any of you guys played through that? Used it as a control area of any kind? I know there's some items that are in our what's there? That are in our quest logs to do something about it. I haven't really felt the interest in doing it. I don't like the Ascendant though. Too dark, not enough visual depth, and just generally not the most engaging of environments. Okay, we got that little piece done. Let's go ahead and see. I'm running Dynamo right now with the Bombardiers, so I'm getting some super energy, but at the same time, I'm also playing with fire regenerates my melee. Excuse me, my dodge, I mean. You get more energy versus the number of opponents you're nearby, by the way. Oh, I totally did that. I've been practicing my hip fire too, so this is kind of a follow-up to last week's Getting Good in Destiny. Finding the things that you feel you're not the strongest in, and then going ahead and attempting. I dodged right into him and then bombed him. Alright, here we go. Nice. War mine cells took a bit of a hit, but honestly, they do good enough. I mean, 30 feet is still 30 feet. You can't really complain about that. Global reach used to be a good way to clear out an entire area, but I love the Bombardiers. I think the Bombardiers are pretty darn clutch. Unfortunately, though, it seems like the melee bindings are a little bit on the goofy side. When I go to the custom palette and I set up Jumper with R3 as always being a charged melee, the default setup is that if you have only charged melees active, when there's no charge on the melee, you're just going to throw a regular punch. It's not like you're going to be able to melee. So I tried doing that, and I was able to do that. That does work. But unfortunately, it does something goofy with the L3 toggle for sprinting on the Jumper build. You don't really feel like having... I mean, I've tried everything. I tried running through and customizing even the jump, even the sprint part. And like I said, this is why I'm getting used to not ADSing. It's because I plan to put the sprint on my L2 button. I have L1 as my jump, so if I'm sprinting, I'm not jumping. You know, if I'm sprinting and I need to jump, you know, then I'm going to be doing this. You know, that's going to happen. So I don't know. I have to figure out how to make it work until Bungie figures out how to fix it. Because I'm super excited and wanting to, you know, be up point blank range and throw burning knives into some fool's face. Instead of, you know, just doing a gut stab. Ooh, got a little too close there. Anyway, that's about all I want to do. Oh, wow, that went down hella fast. Suspiciously fast. Very satisfying all the same. Oh, well, that's all I got to share for today, and I'll catch you guys later. Oh, I don't want to say that. Thanks for stopping by.